When we go to the accounts of Jesus cleansing the temple, we are kind of presented with an interesting picture. All our lives, we are told about Christ's love and compassion and how he helped and comforted others. And don't get me wrong, he is those things. But when we see him cleanse the temple, we see another attribute of God that isn't really talked about as much, his righteous anger. To understand this though, we first need to take a step back and remember what the temple was. You see, it wasn't just some religious building where the Jews went to church. It had its start in the tabernacle that they worshiped at when wandering in the desert. Remember, they had just been freed from slavery in Egypt and were following the God that saved them out of that slavery. They saw God lead them at day with a pillar of cloud and at night with a pillar of fire. And when those pillars stopped, they would set up the tabernacle right there. It was a large tent, similar in layout to the temple. God's presence would rest there. It was this cycle of the pillars of cloud and the pillars of fire, leading them out of slavery to the promised land, that kept continuing until they arrived there. The temples what David longed to build in Israel when he was king, to give God a permanent home. When David's son Solomon finally built it, it was inlaid with gold and absolutely beautiful. And there was very strict limitations of who could go where and when. And in the most holy of holies, only the high priest could go, and only once a year, and only after the appropriate sacrifices. These exclusions, though, weren't to deprive people access to God, rather it was to show how set apart this place was for God. It was in the most holy of holies that the glory of God would rest. Remember what God told Moses when he saw the burning bush? Take off your sandals, for the place you are standing on is holy ground. What did Jesus see of the holy temple set apart for this worshiping of our Lord? A strip mall, selling religious conveniences for a profit. That's what fueled Christ's righteous indignation. As his disciples quoted from Psalm 69:9, "Zeal for your house will consume me."